comfy one on.
See?
Comfy one's already on.
He's totally recording me now.
Yeah.
Back, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I just can't do those. Can't do those wires.
I know. It sucks.
I think it's just getting earlier and earlier as well when you just have to.
All day, like literally. If
Yeah.
I'm not working from home, no chance.
Fair. What's that?
Pizza.
Yeah, no, I had some pasta at. So I've carved up.
Carved up.
Yeah. And I was just saying I did my Pure Gym workout. Finished at 7. So that's good.
Thing is, I've been in ketosis for a whole week. This is going to throw me out. It's very annoying.
Allow it.
Eating what? Toasties?
In ketosis.
Oh.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Family. Just ignore it, okay? What time's you on? Oh, actually, you've got the... What? I can't. Olivia. We've got Christine.
That is not going to be my problem tonight. How do I get out of that situation? That's what I want.
James.
So who's after?
Oh, James. Archer.
We've got Olivia. Then we have Christine. Then at 10, we've got Jamie.
Yeah, and you see him.
Nanette.
He's done 15 workouts today for us, 15 hours, yeah.
Yeah, we've been keeping.
Yeah, so yeah, need to check in with him.
No pizza? Did you want any pizza? No? Sure.
What food have you had today then? What's the...
Very nervous.
What's been... I heard you
hear
had
you.
some chicken. I had the chicken. You had some chicken.
I had chicken.
Yeah.
The thing is, to your point, I'm not diabetic, but I do follow a low-carb diet because it's very easy for me to maintain this beautiful thing. I can wait for that. By not eating carbs. So when people say, like, I'm in ketosis most of the time, but then if I have a slice of pizza, that's it, I'm out. And it takes days for me to get back into ketosis and a headache. I don't feel too good. But I'm so hungry. And so I've had a slice of pizza. Hopefully it's not going to be enough to kick me right out. But yeah, it's terrible.
Okay. Right. You guys start.
Right, there we go. So, apart from pizza.
Apart from pizza. Okay.
Right, just while I shove this in my face. Thank you for coming and joining us.
Thank you.
And I met you a couple of weeks ago here, and actually Alex has been talking about the hub being one of those community places that people just drop in. And I remember just dropping in, and we had brownies, we had cakes, we were sitting chatting about life, as we always do. And so today, while we are raising funds for today's Speak Up Liveathon for the Wednesday Wellbeing Wednesdays, tell us who you are, where you come from.
Yeah. What's your name? Where you come from?
What's your name? Where you come from? While I shove this pizza in my face.
So I'm Liv. Everyone kind of knows me as Liv, but call me Olivia. That's fine. From St Neots, first and foremost. So shout out. Born and bred Cambridgeshire. Did live in London for 6 years, and then made the excellent decision to come back to St Neots. And for nearly 2 years now, I've worked at CPSL Mind, part of the wonderful team there at the charity. Quite a lot of letters there, so let's break that down. So that's Cambridgeshire, Peterborough and South Lincolnshire. I'm the communications and engagement manager, so doing all things content, comms, partnerships, and working with our fundraising team as well. I think a lot of people don't know that there is 100 local mines across England and Wales.
Yes.
So we are one of them, part of that lovely family.
The
and
federation.
Exactly. And it was lovely that Dr. Sarah Hughes was on today. And
Yes.
shout out to all their amazing work that National Mind are doing. And obviously it's wonderful to be part of all of that group. But obviously we have to generate our own income. We are a small charity. We have to create our own services in the community. And we work with local people to create those services. So we really find out what we need every area is different, isn't it? So you know what you're going to have in Devon is probably not going to be what you're going to have in Peterborough. So it's really important that it reflects who we are. And we have our perinatal service for new mums, which is amazing. And we knew there was a need for Muslim mums in Peterborough to have that support. So we've actually created a service for them. And like some of the feedback is just amazing. Like some mums say they've made lifelong friends now from going to those groups. It's just really helped them feel that, you know, can be so isolating and lonely. And they feel so like supported now as well. My passion, like why I work for Mind, someone really close to me did reach crisis. I've witnessed it. I've seen the horror, the devastation of that, and I'm determined to make sure that other people don't get there. And they reach out early, and that's what at CPSL Mind we're all about, is that early intervention, that prevention, and obviously community connection as well. So that's why I'm so passionate about it. So it's just trying to make sure that people are reaching out and finding those safe spaces in the community early. And I have anxiety myself. It can be a daily struggle sometimes. I use exercise and nature. Love my daily nature walks to try and help with that. So I kind of get it. I get it when it is tough and when you just, you know, you find it really difficult. But everyone at the charity is really supportive. I mean, I have trained counsellors to talk to if I want a little chat in the kitchen, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
I mean, it is quite good. Added benefit.
I mean, that's quite nice. So, it's a really supportive environment. I'm very lucky to be part of that team, and I think for me, it's just everyone is so passionate and driven, and the work that our colleagues do and volunteers. We have so many volunteers. Every single week, you know, they keep turning up for people in the community. Our Good Life service is one of our biggest service. And for those that don't know, we have over 20 good mood cafes across Cambridgeshire and Peterborough. And these are amazing spaces. You know, they're drop-in, you don't need to book. They all look and feel quite different as well. Our first ever good mood cafe was in St Neots, so at what is the Art and Soul Cafe.
Yes.
It's still going. It's every Tuesday afternoon, 2 till 3:30. My colleagues Matt and Ruth are on hand to have a little chat. And what's so wonderful is if someone is a little bit nervous, if someone's struggling, they'll just really subtly like get that person to a corner and have a cozy chat with them. And the group don't even know what's going on here. They're just doing their thing. And it's just amazing. And that's going on across, you know, Cambridgeshire and Peterborough and South Links. So those spaces are wonderful. In the St Neots one, I remember I played some dominoes with one man that was there, and we were chatting about his pond, and he enjoys his fish in his pond. Exactly,
it's being in community. And I know for those people that Art and Soul used to be where the St Neots Town Council is now on New Street. So that's where it's set up. I remember the first one being set up, and how impactful it was. And I think one of the main ethoses for Mind specifically, and in all the local minds, is that user-led, you know, co-design, co-delivered, collaborative, kind of peer-to-peer support that's in community is ultimately the thing that's missing from a wider narrative, or that we've certainly seen today on this, you know, while we've been doing this, is that's the thing that people want. They want to be in community with people that they know and trust, people that can signpost them to services as and when they need to. And I really love what you said there about understanding of getting somewhere before crisis. You know, and it's super important that we recognise that with poor mental health, the majority of the time there are, of course, follow-ups. What I find also quite interesting and important around this particular conversation is that there are people where the information that needs to be disseminated isn't potentially the person with the issue. Does that make sense? With the challenge? So what I also love is the idea of working in community for people of the loved one. You know, this is what's happening with my loved one. This is the behaviour I'm starting to see. Because let's be really clear, especially with mental health, you and I talked about anxiety today. We recognise anxiety. We recognise it. Just sit on a lap. It's very tired. You know, that we recognise anxiety. We recognise our behaviours. But there are some people with serious mental ill health who do not recognise their own changes. You know, they don't recognise that they're becoming unwell, and therefore, for someone in their life to be able to recognise changes,
exactly right,
and to intervene if necessary is really important.
And that's something that, you know, we encourage people to come with a loved one or a friend to pop along to a Good Mood Cafe for the first time. You don't have to do it on your own. It is all about taking that first step. Shout out to Belle, who's a volunteer at CPSL Mind. She's given me permission to share her story, and she popped along to us St Ives Good Mood Cafe. She was really unwell, really poorly, and really low self-esteem, and she literally went for the first time, and then it became the highlight of her week. And that's literally, and then now what is just so amazing is Belle's now volunteer, and she's helping other people in the community, and that's happened so much across the charity. Is the fact that, you know, they've been helped, and now they're helping other people, and that's a
byproduct of really good services, you know, especially when they're peer led. You know, because you end up, and I run a charity, so one of the things that we want to do is be able to set up peer-to-peer support and then leave the group to get on with it. You know, you set up the infrastructure and then you give them, you know, the things that they need to adhere to in terms of safeguarding and stuff like that. But then you kind of leave them to let them get on with it, because the initiatives, especially of your charity and perhaps mine, is that the infrastructure goes in and you are there, you have deliverables, we've got governance, etc., that you have to abide by. But there are also community networks that are happening in community where that isn't happening. And I'm not saying that's wrong at all, because it's community led. But the thing I think I'm trying to put across is the solutions are always community focused.
And people driven.
Either throughout infrastructure or with infrastructure or without it. Right? So it's lovely to see that kind of leading the way by way of, you know, the one of the country's, if not the country's biggest charity federation, specifically right outside of National Mind, you know, kind of.
No, it's amazing to hear the impact and to see the impact as well. I think so. Ruth Fox runs our St Neots one, and
Ruth.
Everyone knows Ruth.
Ruth.
Shout out to Ruth if she's
Ruth.
listening. But I did a video of Ruth for World Mental Health Day last October, and Ruth was like, I like to think that this is the kind of service, you know, this is service that I needed when I wasn't well, and she's trying to give back to knowing exactly the support that she needed herself. There's so many people across the organisation that are so driven by their own personal stories, and they're so passionate to give back, and you can really feel that. So it's a really motivating place to be. We do also work in partnership with so many wonderful people, so I've got to shout out a few names.
Yeah, of course.
So I was lucky enough to sort of work really closely with Cambridge United Football Club. Ian Darla has become a friend, who's the head groundsman at the club. He's had PTSD himself, and he's spoken really openly. Ian's become a little bit of a beacon down at the Abbey there. People kind of turning up at the gates, wanting to have a little chat. And he's done so much that now we've got a Bright Horizons cafe.
Wow, that's really good.
Actually,
news.
At the Abbey, and so that's the second Wednesday of every month. And so for those football fans, for those people that maybe feel safe already at the football stadium, they can just pop along, and they know they're going to meet like-minded people in a safe space, not be judged. And now I've managed to get one of our team, Matt, who runs the St Neots one. He goes along to the Abbey now, so we've actually got one of our team in, you know, there to support the actual group, and they've been really grateful for that, because now they can learn, you know, some of the tools that we use. So that's been lovely. And part of the Good Life service, we have the Good Life Fund, so we obviously deliver grants, and got to shout out
grassroots ideas
and grassroots
have,
exactly right. So all the Good Life Fund projects link back to the 5 ways to wellbeing. In some way, and that's kind of the background to them. Just
a connection there with Francesca. I know I keep talking about her quite a lot, actually.
Oh my God, you got to watch that. We'll send you a clip.
But there's an opportunity there in terms of a mental health option there for sure.
100%. It's Olivia. It's lovely. Also, I feel you've like recently become proper adopted by the Citizen Hub.
I have. I just came in. Yeah, personal.
It's beautiful.
I kind of became, I went from living with someone, and then in October, living alone, meal for one. So I've had a little bit of a personal adjustment. I think I walked in, and then Alex was just like, this is your living room, right? Like, it's like,
I was just saying, I met Olivia when is it Liv? You like to be called. I met Liv when I came in here. Do you remember?
Right? Is that when?
Yeah, we sat around that table. I don't even
lovely,
know
wasn't
why.
it?
Why was I even here? I don't even
No,
know. But see, this is what
walking
the
past.
hub does.
Yeah.
Right, you walk past and it looks as if they're having some really good times in here.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I'm gonna pop
A little
in.
in.
And then we sat around the table and
That
I
was
met
nice, wasn't
you. I sat next to Liv and we talked about
was
my
lovely.
role at CPSL Mind and and that's what the hub can do. Just on the off one evening, just chatting.
Well,
Yeah.
we've got a little project we've
have,
working on. Once we get the clips,
Time to-
I've got clips coming. But we've got a podcast coming out.
Love that.
CPSL Mind and Citizen Hub.
side by side,
It's called Side by Side, which
Nice.
is lovely.
checking in and launching on Time to Talk Day.
Yeah,
5th of Feb.
It's gonna be good, and there's some
5th of
fire
Feb.
in there.
My
There is some
birthday
fire.
as well. So.
There is
Happy
some
birthday.
fire. Yeah.
So we're kind of we're going to be sharing. So do check out obviously online on Time to Talk Day. We're going to be sharing some conversation starters. We're going to be sharing exciting episodes. lovely Gary Clark.
Yeah,
who
you
was-
interviewed him earlier.
Yeah.
He was on
Yes,
today.
it's
lovely. Yeah, it's cool,
Gary joined us, didn't he? We did a men's health one. So we've got that coming out soon.
Yeah, it's
So
Cool.
it's
really good.
it's Time to Talk Day on the 5th of February.
Yes, it is.
See, when
yeah.
you said the 5th of February, I had a really why do I know that date?
I'll be that.
If my child, my second one, is watching this, I know what the 5th of February is. She's having her brace taken off.
Oh, that's big.
It's a
Oh.
big day in our
That's
house.
big, yeah.
That's why I just thought
big.
of it. Because it's like, why has it been drummed into my face? Yes, that's why.
It's literally time to talk. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
release.
She will
Wow,
have time
yeah.
to talk, yes, with no
Oh,
braces.
that's beautiful.
That
That's
is.
awesome. But that project's it was really fun, wasn't it? Because we just kind of had a conversation. It was just like, you know what, we should be doing more together. And I
Yeah.
think, we had Sarah on earlier. There's a bigger conversation around kind of Mind and Citizen Hub on a bigger infrastructure scale. But the fact that it's rooted in already starting to do some more work with you guys, and previously we've always raised money for CPSL
CPSL,
Minds. That's what
Thank
we've
you.
always raised
Yeah.
for. Obviously this time round for this, there was a real hook on something that Debs and Grace wanted.
Yep.
But we know CPSL Mind and your initiatives will be included in amongst all of that.
Correct.
And that's the beauty of it. And it's great to have you around.
Yeah, no, it is
nice.
really good.
It's nice.
The start of a great
Beautiful
partnership.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yes. Or a strategic partnership, in the charitable sector.
No.
It depends on the bid. On the bid,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
it's a strategic partnership.
Yeah. No,
It's important, but there's shared values there. I think that's something that CPSL Minds we've always had a good relationship. During the pandemic, there was a service. I don't know what it was called. It was a phone line service that was going on. I can't remember if it's still in operation. My brain's not working. But it was really it was a genuine real lifeline, because when we were doing it every Wednesday, doing these 9 o'clocks or whatever, talking to our community, there were some real tough conversations that were coming into the Shifties community, and Christine will remember, and Cam and some of the key leaders within that space. People were coming to us with some real it was a dark situation.
Crisis.
So
It was a horrible time for a lot of people.
so you guys really stepped up and during that time in a big way locally, and we talk about I'm obviously a massive fan for grassroots community application, all of that. But like you say, I think I got the back end of the conversation about that infrastructure piece. You need both. You need both.
Yeah.
And the closer we are, the better the solutions be, and we can sandbox here.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's the point. If you get community infrastructure with a recognised, trusted brand, with all of that, the power that you hold nationally, you can elevate projects like ours.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
we really appreciate that.
Thank you.
We really
Thanks
appreciate
for
that. That's nice.
Love that.
It was a pizza.
So I'm just thinking, we've only got 4 minutes left.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So I think that we've been asking people to round
Yeah.
off their kind of conversations or their contributions around what does wellness, well-being mean to you in the context of the work that the hub's going to be doing.
Oh, okay. In relation to that. Well, obviously, our podcast is, such a key part of that. I think is that bringing those, collaborations together, the community together. At CPSL Mind, we're all about 5 ways to wellbeing and connection, and giving back, and I think that really links really nicely to what we're doing.
What about you personally?
I mean, I suppose, it's mental well-being, it's social well-being, it's financial well-being. I think it's all those areas, isn't it? And it's trying to, I think there's a lovely movement in social care sector called Social Care Future. Okay. And they all say, we all want to live in a place that we call home, with a connected community, with the things and the people that we love. That's just a really lovely saying. And I think if we can all achieve that, then we're kind of going in the right direction.
Love that.
Yeah, I'm there for that. I'm here for that.
Reminds me of the social model of disability, which we talk about quite a lot, which talks about the barriers to access are the thing that's the problem, not the disability in and of itself.
Yeah, 100%.
So if infrastructure, both physical and metaphorical, were without barriers, then people would be able to access what they wanted whenever they wanted it.
Yeah.
It's about recognising that we need to build those systems and infrastructures without the barriers there in the first place. Yeah, just like if you had a building that was open and didn't have steps, but had a ramp for everyone to use, then a person with a wheelchair wouldn't see the disability as being a barrier to accessing the hub, for example. Absolutely, right? So it's all about, and to your point, it's all about that social connection.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And we just want to invite everyone to join us. Like, obviously, Mental Health Awareness Week is in May. Last year, I came up with Moments of Joy, trying to bring moments of joy to the people that, Peterborough and Cambridgeshire. So we're going to be back in Cathedral Square.
Nice.
We had the rock choir there last year, and they did Sam Ryder's I Am a Mountain, and it was just amazing because the lyrics was all that I've overcome, and it was just really nice. We will be there with our pop-up Good Mood Cafe.
Nice.
Love that.
So do get involved. And
just going back to the disability thing, I wanted to say it earlier when the Include guys were on, but obviously I was just enjoying Courtney enjoying it, right? And everyone was enjoying that. I got a lovely video of that. There's an advert, I think it's a French advert, where it flips. I don't know if you've seen it. It flips the world. So everyone's in wheelchairs, but like the minority are not in wheelchairs. And it's like this paradox world. I don't know if you've seen the advert. Some people may say online
I'm going to have to go find it.
Honestly, it's brilliant because it's just so, it just brings it to life. And so you've got all of these people like walking into stuff. How do I use that lift? Yeah. Like, it's actually, it flips the whole conversation. And I think we haven't really covered it as much this year, but the role media, we talk about music there, like as one, and we had some really deep discussions at 2-3 o'clock this morning with SK and Daisy and some of the volunteers about the role in art and music and the outlet it can be for people's mental health. You can literally see Daisy's mental health on our walls right now, and that's wonderful, right? So I think we've got a role, or the media sector has a role to play to be more creative. I sit on a judge for the Charity Film Awards, the Smiley Charity Film Awards, and one of the best privileges of that is seeing all of this incredible creative. The one that always sticks, well, the one with the melons is funny. You got to check that out. That's the one.
Oh, well,
you would like that one. But the one that always sticks in my mind, and it's an obvious one. It's the Norwich football club one. You know, and as a football fan, I go to a lot of football games, and I can recognise that in people. And it was just that moment at the end where everyone thought it was the guy.
It's not him.
It weren't him. It was the guy that was.
Mask him.
That's why I never assume. Never assume. Everyone's got something going on.
Awesome.
And then be kind. Yeah,
that's why.
It sounds easy.
A little smile, a little check-in. It goes a long way, doesn't it?
Yeah, go on. Olivia, thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Olivia.
Yeah, bless your heart. Thank you. You're gonna hang around with us for a bit.
Yeah.
Awesome, right? Wicked, right.
See if I can get up after my.
Well, you can have a slice to
you
go.
Can have a slice.
I'm all right. I'm good. I ate
sure.
these.
Well, pastas, alternatives, cookies.
Donuts.
Yeah, no, they've been. Yeah. Oh, bless you.
But some people would say that she's earned it, right?
Yeah, I know. Be careful.
I don't need to earn a donut. I just eat it. Like if I have to. Exactly.
That sounds dangerous. Yeah.